What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, a show where we talk about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, back from the dead. I know it's been a couple of weeks since you heard from me, but you heard from my co-host, the one and only Michael Clare, last week. He was here with Jordan. How was that? Was that fun?
That was a lot of fun. It was good to get Jordan in front of the camera.
I watched the episode. It was pretty good. He had some good knowledge. The ending was funny. I like the outtakes.
Didn't even have to go and try and find a blooper clip.
Yep, just went straight for it. It was hilarious.
Made it herself.
Yep, I liked it a lot. Today we're gonna talk about Bethesda and Xbox, the Roundtable event, Paragon coming back from the dead. I'm so fucking hyped, and a couple of upcoming gaming events / games in general. But before that, join our community Discord in the show notes or the YouTube description. You can find a link to join our community Discord. It is popping in there. We talking about Quavo and Takeoff today. We talked about the Emmy, what's the music one? The Grammys. We talked about the Grammys. We talked about a lot of stuff recently, so you can hop on in there. I know Tanner just rebuilt his PC, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Spend a lot of money on that. Also, you should jump on over to our TikTok at Synced Up Highlights, where we post highlight vids. Spencer does that for us. Spencer Travago, Spencer Trevette, the one and only. He writes in all the time. You know him. You love him. He edits together highlights for us and posts them over on TikTok, and they are quite funny. Also, we're on YouTube, so if you were listening to this in the audio version of the podcast, I would ask you to please go over to youtube.com/syncedupodcast. Give us a subscription to get our numbers up over there and a like. Also, if you just you want to see our faces, that's cool too.
But Uncle Paul just did that.
Shout out to Uncle Paul. If you hate our faces, though, you could go to your favorite audio feed, search Synced Up Podcast, look for the blue and white logo, and we will be there. And if we're not, let us know, and we will get back to you on that and try to fix that. Also, new episodes go up in both of those feeds at 7 a.m. Central Time Zone. Gang. You can also write into the show at syncedupod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we might discuss them on the show. There's also a chat for that in the Discord. There's a section that you can send in there.
I believe has been using that.
Yep, Lucas, we have one from him in here right now. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at SyncedUpPod to keep up to date with all of our content, whether that's impressions videos that we're doing on new game releases, whether that's anything, frankly. Whatever we're doing, whatever we got going on, it's popping off over there. Chance is running that. He's still doing it. We very much appreciate him for that. We love him. So let's get right into the show, though. We got a story here from Liana Rupert about the Bethesda Roundtable at Game Informer. Now that the ZeniMax acquisition is official, studios like id Software and Bethesda have officially joined Team Green. Bethesda and Xbox have always had a strong working relationship, but now that relationship is Facebook official, it means more resources, bigger teams, and so much more. Topics discussed include looking ahead, teasing projects, quote, we're not ready to announce teasing project. Jesus, you know what? Hold up, run it back. Topics discussed include looking ahead, teasing projects we're not ready to announce yet, the subject of exclusivity, Game Pass, and more. See, that was much better. It's been a couple weeks. A couple weeks trying to get back.
1 week off, and all of a sudden you're
trying to get back into it. What Xbox exec Phil Spencer had to say about exclusivity is making its rounds and echoes what has previously been stated about what this acquisition means. In his most recent statement, Spencer stated that not all games will be exclusive, but that the more significant objective is to have more Game Pass only titles to share with players. Quote, so obviously I can't sit here and say every Bethesda game is exclusive because we know that's not true, said Spencer during the roundtable discussion. There are contractual obligations that we are going to see through. We always do in every one of these instances. We have games that exist on other platforms, and we are going to support those games on the platforms that they are on. And even in the future, there might be things that have either contractual things or legacy on different platforms that we'll do. But if you're an Xbox customer, the thing I want you to know is that this is about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Game Pass exists, and that's our goal. That's why we are doing this. That's the root of this partnership that we are building, and the creative capability we will be able to bring to market for Xbox customers is going to be the best it's ever been for Xbox after we are done here. This does not mean every game will be exclusive, which we already knew, but it does make the Xbox Game Pass for both console and PC more enticing. With 20 Bethesda titles just being added to the platform, there is a big drive within the digital ecosystem. So basically, Phil Spencer came out and said, hey, all the hearsay, will there be exclusivity? Will we put it on other platforms? He said, nah, fuck that. It's going to be exclusive to where Game Pass is. So we're going to be getting it on Xbox. I think it's a cool way of saying is like, hey, if they want us to put Game Pass on PlayStation, we'll go ahead and do that, and then they can have these games. Otherwise, they're going to be stuck with ESO and the games that are already on there. Yeah. It was worth noting that the reason he said they couldn't talk about this stuff beforehand is because there's legal ramifications for talking about this stuff before the deal is done, and they had to wait for trust laws and monopoly laws to come in to approve this deal, and so they legally could not talk about what they were going to do until this roundtable, in which they came out and said, hey, We got exclusives. Things are gonna be exclusive. Just know you're gonna be able to play it on Game Pass. You imagine day one. And on top of that, they just added a bunch of Bethesda titles. I mean, I downloaded Dishonored. I downloaded Prey, and I'm gonna try those out. So that's really tight. I know my friend Ben's excited about Morrowind being on there.
It's an insane acquisition, especially if somebody hasn't gotten to kind of mess with the Bethesda backlog.
7.5 billion.
Yeah, it's just so many good titles. Like you could spend a month just playing Bethesda games.
Yep, thousands of hours
for what, $15?
Yeah, $15 a month.
It's crazy. I think it's a phenomenal deal. Cool that they're being kind of open about it. I wish they were a little more open. If they probably can't be about like exactly what's going to be exclusive yet.
I mean, you imagine Starfield, you imagine Elder Scrolls 6. These are big titles.
I don't know. I don't think they are.
I think they are. I think personally for me, it's like,
because he's talking about honoring deals that have already been made. And I'm sure there have been stuff for
doubt. There's been any deals
you
for
don't
Starfield.
Think so?
No way. Starfield doesn't. Maybe for Starfield, but not for Elder Scrolls 6.
Because before this acquisition, they were probably developing those for Sony consoles, right?
Yeah, but there wouldn't be contractual obligations to keep them there.
But would you want to give up on all that progress?
And
all that
to sell Game Pass subscriptions? 100%.
I don't know. Bethesda had to have some
because most game development, the majority of the time, starts on PC. They develop it for PC. They port it to the consoles. Yeah. So there isn't. I guess there isn't really anything for Starfield. Probably most likely. Elder Scrolls 6 is so far out that shit's exclusive.
Yeah.
100%. But I think this really fattens that lineup of good ass games that Xbox can have, and you can finally, especially if you say Starfield's exclusive and Elder Scrolls 6 is exclusive, you can finally look at Xbox and say they at least have something to compete with what PlayStation is bringing to the table. I still don't think it competes with PlayStation's first party lineup. That shit is insane.
Yeah,
it's crazy the stuff that PlayStation has. Last of Us, Uncharted, Spider-Man, Horizon, God of War. So many good ass games over there on PlayStation. Ratchet and Clank, Kena Bridge of Spirits has some exclusivity stuff.
Atlas Games.
Yeah, you got so much going on over there on PlayStation. The new what's that game? I can't remember. Gary Whitt is writing for it. It's a Square Enix game. Remember they showed the weird. It's like it started with an A. I can't remember what it's called. That's going to be exclusive over there. But now you're looking at what Xbox has, and you're like, damn, like they can actually compete. Doom, the next Doom game maybe is exclusive. The next Wolfenstein game is maybe exclusive. Like you're talking about some seriously cool shit here. So this is all in all exciting. I think the biggest excitement part of this was just them being like, hey, tomorrow, which was the day this came out, all this Bethesda stuff's coming on Game Pass. Because I'm like, oh, I'll actually try Prey. I'll actually try Dishonored. These are games that I missed, and I'm looking forward to trying them. But this is really cool. But there is one more thing in this vein. Xbox confirms summer event will include more Bethesda news. No word yet on when or what it will entail. This is from Rebecca Valentine at IGN. Xbox has confirmed it is planning a summer games event of some kind this year, and Bethesda is heavily involved in its planning. During today's roundtable discussing the recent Xbox acquisition of Bethesda, Xbox Marketing General Manager Aaron Greenberg and Bethesda Global Marketing and Comms Executive Aaron Losey confirmed that they were, quote, in the planning phase, end quote, for an event sometime this summer that would include more news about what the partnership between the two companies would entail. No further details were given, though Greenberg did add that what they were planning was the sort of event Xbox traditionally would hold at E3. This could potentially mean more details on upcoming Bethesda titles that have been quiet for some time, such as the Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, though neither Greenberg nor Losey named any specific games during this segment. Dude, I just fucking murdered that. that.
I'm proud of you.
I just murdered that reading. Once I got about.
To be fair, it's only.
It's short. It's short. But once I got to the third bullet point, all I could think about the whole time was like, I'm killing it. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. And I almost did I almost said in. But here we go.
So do you think Bethesda's not? Well, I don't think Bethesda's not going to have their own showcase anymore.
I think the
That's
Xbox
just all lumped in with.
I think the Microsoft showcase just got 25 minutes longer.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, it is insane.
Because Bethesda, their shows were okay at E3.
They've been okay in recent years. Those initial ones were good. Like when they did the E3 where they were like, "Hey, we're announcing a new Fallout game. Also, it comes out in 3 months."
Yeah, but I mean, last year was kind of, So I don't know. I feel like lumping it with Microsoft is just better for both of them.
Yeah,
Microsoft will have more to show, and we don't have to worry about Bethesda doing a flop show.
Yeah, they didn't have shit to the extent that they were like, "Hey, Elder Scrolls 6 coming in 7 years. Yeah. We're just gonna show you though because we don't got nothing." So
I don't know. Do you think
we see some
since they've been acquired that Microsoft is going to push more resources into those games and get them out faster, or do you think we're still gonna?
I don't know.
Those long waits.
I think that's really up in the air. I mean, it does mean more resources for them. I don't know if that necessarily means faster. That possibly means better. Because Bethesda.
Well, I'll take either.
Yeah, because Bethesda notorious for having buggy games. Skyrim, great game. so much wrong with that game, you know.
The
And
Fallout games.
Yeah,
all of them.
they're known for being buggy. So this could mean these games end up being better. I imagine we see actual, whether it's a genuine cinematic or actual gameplay for Starfield come this
I
event.
could see that.
I don't know about gameplay, but I imagine we'll actually see like some sort of cinematic that gives us more an idea of what that game is. Because all we've seen so far is a satellite orbiting a planet. Like that's all we've seen. So
Or maybe like a intro sequence.
just
kind of.
something,
Yeah.
anything. Maybe the first 10 minutes of gameplay. It could be anything, but I imagine we see that. Doubt we see anything about Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, I don't think so
I
either.
think there's a small chance they acknowledge it, but I doubt we see anything in terms of like trailer wise what the game's about. I mean, they could Blizzard it like with Diablo 4 and be like, hey, this is some of the new stuff that we're thinking about, but I highly doubt it.
I don't know. Maybe you can introduce like some story or lore or something
Like,
about.
oh, it's going to be in this location.
yeah,
or something like
but
that.
without showing any visuals. You know, I can see something like that.
I definitely could as well.
I'm excited for the summer.
Or maybe some ESO tie-in announcement, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But until then, you know, Elder Scrolls is super far away, but this is less far away, and this is honestly infinitely more exciting for me and Andrea Renee, busiest lady in the business. Omida raises $2.2 million to relaunch Epic's Dead Paragon as predecessor, which is the new name. Dean Takahashi at VentureBeat wrote this. Omida Studios, which is a demo backwards, has raised $2.2 million to create a cross-platform third-person multiplayer online battle arena MOBA game called Predecessor. The game is based on the assets of Epic Games' Paragon MOBA title. Paragon was Epic's attempt to join the MOBA market that Riot Games' League of Legends helped create, but it never succeeded in pulling players from that game, and the enormous success of Epic's Fortnite Battle Royale mode overshadowed Paragon. Epic canceled it in January of 2018, and I have been sad since then. Paragon has been the only MOBA that I've been able to get into.
You weren't interested in Pokemon Unite?
No, not at all.
okay.
One of the people who was devastated by Paragon's cancellation, aside from me, Timothy Duro, was streamer Robbie Singh. I'm gonna say Singh. An influencer had a following of 50,000 people who watched his streams about Paragon. After Epic shut the game, it decided to make the assets of Paragon available to other developers in July of 2018. Quote, I was getting bombarded by people in my community on my YouTube or my Twitter because it left a hole in our hearts, Singh said. We were really upset we couldn't play this game with our friends anymore. When they released the assets, we decided we were going to try to recreate this feeling that Paragon gave us, but in a way we wanted to build the game. Singh decided to rally his community and form a team to pick up where Epic left off. Singh started the company, in January 2020 with Andrea Gabriella and Stephen Mueller. Omida Studios was born with a name that spells a demo backwards, and it went to work on Predecessor. The team has 12 people, and it received an Epic Games mega grant to work on the game, which is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
It has staged an alpha test and expects to ship an early access version this year and a finished game next year. Quote, it really became this community effort, Singh said. We were constantly streaming development on Twitch and bringing in people to test the game. The company is starting with a simple map for multiplayer play, and it added a new hero who can fly and get over barriers. I can't think of that many games in which a community saved it from cancellation, but the circumstances are unique. Epic Games has an open approach to ownership, and it released the assets, something most game companies would refuse to do. On top of that, the game was made with Epic's Unreal Engine, which is familiar to a lot of developers outside of Epic itself. If Electronic Arts were to open source the assets of Anthem, for instance, it might be hard for a community to make that game based on the proprietary game tools. Quote, we have thousands of people interacting with us every day, and that shows just how big the community really is and how much there is an appetite for a game like this, Singh said. This gets me so fucking
It's an extremely cool story,
excited.
Mostly for me.
I
would try the game,
dude,
but I'm not like.
God, dude, if I honestly, like, you know how there's people in this world that have like those legacy games, like people who play WoW religiously, people who go back to Destiny all the time. Paragon was that for me, but it was so short-lived. It had to be canceled. Like, I would still be playing Paragon to this day if that game was still out.
Really?
Dude, Paragon is in my top 50 of all time. I think it's in my top 25. I love that MOBA to death. It was so fun. It was the only MOBA that felt easy to learn. It was the only MOBA that I could really understand that well. It was the only MOBA that I was fucking good at. Like, I loved it. I was into the characters. I was into making builds. I was into so much stuff about Paragon. So when it got canceled, I was so sad. So the moment Chance sent this to the Discord and was like, Tim, check this shit out, he knew it would brighten up my day, and it did. I'm really excited. I'm interested to see what differences there are, because obviously it's just the assets. So the core part of the game might be different. I hope they don't change too much.
I would assume that stays with the assets, and especially if the game is being developed by people who loved the original game.
Yeah,
right?
so you know there's going to be some good shit in there. And for Epic to say, hey, here's the assets, you can have them for free, but also here's money to work on the game. That's so cool.
It's stories like this that I know Epic has always gotten a bad rep for weird reasons usually.
Yeah. Their exclusivity deals and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never really been on that train.
No,
I've been like,
and I think this kind of solidifies it for me. Like they do care about the game industry. They want to see it succeed by offering Unreal Engine.
I think we can. I think we.
need to it's just they do a lot.
Yeah, they do a lot. Unreal Engine 4, offering the thing for you to outsource stuff, get paid more. They increase the bonuses. They take a smaller cut. They said, hey, Steam will stop buying exclusives if you lower your cut. Stuff like that. Like Epic has always been really cool. I think we got Tim Sweeney to thank for that. A lot of people were like, hey, Tencent owns a big chunk of your company. He's like, hey, I own 51%, so I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Like, he's always been that way. So it's cool for them to be like, hey, we're making money hand over fist with Fortnite. Let's give back to the people. So it's just really cool. Fortnite is a really, Fortnite existing has grown the gaming
we like Fortnite, man.
Industry so much. So that's really cool, and I really cannot wait to play this game.
Yeah, this is a really cool story.
So stoked. But until then, we are going to show the trailer for the new TMNT Shredder's Revenge, new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game.
This came out of nowhere.
It did come out of nowhere, and I haven't watched the trailer yet, so this is a live viewing.
I did see some still images.
You can go ahead and play it, Kylie.
Yeah.
Make sure the volume is low.
It should be.
Yeah.
Fine.
Just hit play on it. We're good.
It'll start in a second. It's quiet in the beginning.
We got no audio.
I checked it. Trust me.
Are you sure it's not that? There it goes. All right, cool.
You didn't trust me.
I should have trusted you.
I already tested it, bro.
All right, cool.
I mean, TMNT nostalgia for you? Did you care about the Turtles?
I played the shit out of the games back in the day when I was a kid. The brawlers, they were fun.
What about the show? The movies?
I liked the movies. The show was never did it for me. I even liked the live action movies.
I like the comics. Oh, I love the live action.
But
movies.
I was a child, so.
TMNT is a phenomenal.
Who's the best?
series.
Who's the best?
Michelangelo.
Nah, Donatello.
I'm biased.
Donatello. Why are you biased for?
His name's Michael.
Oh.
They called him Mikey.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. No, it's Donatello for me. The purple.
He's goofy.
Purple.
It's because you're a nerd and you like nerds.
I guess that's fair. A lot of Raphael I feel like is a classic pick, and
yeah,
Leonardo is decent, but it's just always been Donatello for me.
Nah,
dude, it was
The
damn near
nunchucks,
impossible
bro.
for me to beat the Rhino dude boss in the original game. It took me years.
It's damn near impossible for anybody to beat that game.
Yeah.
So Shredder's Revenge.
Boom, boom.
Oh,
Boom.
dude. And this is from the makers of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Which is good because Scott Pilgrim, even though it's it has archaic systems because it's an old game, they did some stuff to it. It really felt just as good as it did back in the day, which is good.
And I'm sure this will feel even better. Oh, dude, the 3D knocking the enemy into the screen.
Yep,
a classic.
That's cool shit. All right, thank you, Kylie. We appreciate you for that.
Make sure you close out that tab.
Yeah,
so it doesn't autoplay anything.
We don't need the tab anymore. Yeah, so there you go. That's the reveal trailer. That's
I'm
dope.
excited for that.
I'm stoked too.
I'm sure it'll be like 20
I'm
bucks
stoked
or
too.
whatever. That'd be a good couch co-op one.
We got a few small announcements here to just run through really quickly. So Square Enix presents. We're going to have some Square Enix gaming news coming on March 18th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. They said it's roughly going to be 40 minutes. That's all they've said. You imagine we possibly see more integrated stuff? Yeah. So we see more integrated stuff, I imagine. I don't know what else the fuck they got down the pipeline.
Project Triangle.
Strategy, yeah. We could see that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But 40 minutes of stuff, I'm excited for.
There's going to be a lot. It'll be 20 minutes of Avengers DLC. And
yeah. I doubt we see any Final Fantasy Remake Part 2.
I don't think you do.
I doubt we see that at all. So, which sucks. I just want that so bad.
You're not gonna get
but
it.
I know how soon it
You're
is.
like 2 years
I
out,
know.
bro.
It's not even been
If
a year
that.
since the game came out, bro. Like, come on.
Really?
Sucks.
We're not on the anniversary yet?
No, not yet. Nope. It came out. It didn't come out at the beginning of April?
No.
Or was it the end of March?
I thought it was the beginning of March.
Was it post
I
Animal
thought it was
Crossing?
pre-Animal Crossing.
So has it been a year? I guess it's just now been a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not a lot. Also, in the realm of news, Dying Light 2 news is coming March 17th.
God bless.
That game is alive, they said. And they did come out and say, hey, we haven't been in development hell, but we will admit we announced the game way too fucking early.
Yeah.
Like, oh man. So Dying Light 2 is alive and well, and
this feels honestly like a re-announcing of the game. Because I just kind of forgotten about it. Like we've talked about it a couple
It's like
times.
Star Fox 2, where it's like this game was canceled.
That game that I wanted, that I kind of forgot about just because I haven't heard anything in a while. So it feels like a new announcement.
All we need is Scalebound to come back. That's what I want. But that game's
You already got Paragon.
canceled. I know, but I mean,
Don't ask too much.
Scalebound never came out. It got canceled. You don't remember Scalebound?
No.
The trailer
Got
from
canceled. Why would I
the
do
E3 like 4 or 5 years ago, with the kid who wore the headphones, the dubstep headphones, and he was like running through the forest and he was riding giant monsters and shit. You don't
Nope.
Nothing? All right, cool. It was in the same E3 as Biomutant, but whatever.
I also don't remember Biomutant.
Oh jeez. Oh, Biomutant's about to
Well-
come out.
Yeah, people aren't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
weird.
Yikes.
A couple more things here. PlayStation is making Ratchet and Clank for 2016 free to all PlayStation users to get you excited and ready for the new Ratchet and Clank
Good
game.
guy Sony.
Yeah, good guy Sony. That's really cool.
I don't think
Also,
anybody's buying that game anymore.
Outriders is coming to Game Pass day one.
That's
which is exciting because I wasn't going to
dope.
try this game.
Now I feel like I should go play the demo
Yeah.
just so I can be on the same.
So I have
spot
played the
as everybody
demo,
else.
and I will take this time to go ahead and talk about the demo. Me and Chance ran through the demo. I actually played it when it came out. I would have talked about it last week, but obviously I was gone for personal reasons, and so we're here. And I have played the demo. I played it with Chance. It seems cool. It just seems like some of the classes are a lot more lackluster than the others. Like Chance played the whatever the fire class was, and I played the trickster. I was doing really cool and dope shit, and he was just like, man, I'm just doing doing things, and that sucked. But it seems really fun. It's not a games as a service.
Which is nice.
It has games as a service sensibilities, but just in a 3-player co-op story game with side quests and stuff. But none of like the, hey, you got dailies, you got this. Unless it's hidden at the very back end of the game, and that the trailer's nothing like that, or the demo's nothing like that. Just doesn't really seem to be a games as a service.
Which I'm honestly okay with.
I'm fine with it too.
If they decided to make it games as a service after you got through the enjoyable story and stuff like that,
I think that's fine.
yeah, I think that's okay too.
Yep.
Because I understand people wanting to keep playing that game. People the devs wanting to be able to keep that game alive. So
Yeah.
I understand the games as a service model. But I do appreciate it being a single or a co-op experience first.
Through and through, yeah.
Yeah.
And me and Chance did enjoy our time with Outriders. I wouldn't have paid $60 for it, but I honestly probably will play through it now. So
Exciting.
that's very exciting.
What a good week for Game Pass.
Yep,
Just
agreed.
like every week.
Bethesda, Outriders,
Mhm,
just
mhm.
bowling out of control. Michael Clare.
Timothy DeRoe.
This next section of the podcast is the section of the podcast where we talk about,
You guessed it.
you guessed it,
You
the
guessed it.
historical releases
And
this week in gaming.
wow.
I forgot to say this week in gaming as well, because usually I say this week in gaming twice. I only said it once that time. I usually say the next section of the podcast called This Week in Gaming is a section of the podcast where we talk about the historical releases, and you guessed it, this week in gaming. Yeah, cool.
You've been gone for a week.
Since you've been gone, I don't want to get claimed. All right,
What
March
a phenomenal
14th,
day.
Heart
the best
Gold
day
and Soul
we've had
Silver.
all year.
2010, Heart Gold and Soul Silver,
My favorite.
Yep.
Pokemon game.
classic. You loved them.
The best.
Do you know them? You love them?
Your
Classic.
your Pokemon followed you around.
Yeah, which is dope.
Dude.
And I don't know why they ever took that away.
I remember when that was the only want to the Pokemon community. Nothing else.
Yeah, just
Just
in-world Pokemon, not sprites.
Let Onyx walk behind me so I
Yep.
can go into a Pokemon Center and just think about the consequences of that as a kid.
Exactly,
You know?
exactly. March 15th, nothing really of note came
Nothing.
out. So if you want some free promotion next year for your game, go ahead and release it on March 15th.
Yes,
and
sir.
well, I guess it would be 2 years from now because March
Drop it
15th
right
is
now.
past. So you'd have to drop it in the next few hours because we're recording this on Monday.
Do it.
March 16th, EverQuest came out in 1999, a classic MMO. Been a long fucking time since that. God of War 3 dropped in 2010. Still has one of the coolest openings to any video game ever.
Mhm.
One of the coolest boss fights, that Poseidon boss fight, so dope in God of War 3. God, just climbing up Mount Olympus with Gaia and killing Poseidon and everybody.
Yes, sir.
God, it was so awesome. Metro 2033 also came out in the same day. That game got overshadowed, but they really got their revamp with Metro 2033 Redux. And I've always liked those games. I actually really like those games. I think they're really cool. And Kirby Star Allies, a classic, really good game in 2018.
Phenomenal. Easy 100%. Would recommend to no one.
Yeah, no, not that good. Not that good at all.
Mhm.
March 17th, Streets of Rage 3 came out in 1994. A classic beat 'em up. Perfect Dark for the 360 came out in 2010. We're about to get the sequel to that. Battlefield
Sequel
Hardline.
or reboot.
Reboot.
Okay.
Battlefield Hardline came in 2015. A classic Battlefield game. Kind of got swept under the rug because it was weird. But me and Austin were really fucking good at it. I do not know why. We were sniping kids like there was no
nobody
tomorrow.
else was playing.
I guess that's probably fair. Battlefield Hardline has one of my most iconic and best gaming moments in my entire life.
Mhm.
When I got like 27 or 28 rapid kills. Like rapid. Like if it was like a Halo, where it pops like the slay and then it goes higher as you do rapid kills.
Killer.
They don't do that, so it was just like triple kill over and over and over again. I murdered so many dudes so fast. It was like this forest map, and it was nighttime. Well, because it was that, everyone was just sniping with night vision goggles.
Yeah.
And so, with night vision scopes. And so I bobbed and weaved and snuck my way through all these trenches and things and got to the end. And I came around this corner, And there was like, because it's Battlefield, you know, it's 32 versus 32.
Yeah.
There was like 20 dudes with snipers just standing there. So I just started blasting. I switched pistol. I threw my grenades. I picked weapons up so I didn't have to reload. And it wasn't until I killed like 12 or 13 when people started to notice. And I was like, please, dude. And I was just murdering. And I killed like 26 or 27 before they finally got me. And it was awesome. It was pure bliss.
Impressive.
Resident Evil Revelations 2 came out in 2015 on the same day. That's when all the episodes released. I didn't realize that game was episodic, but apparently it was. March 18th, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. That was the weird demo of Metal Gear Solid 5, which was really good, though. It just was... It didn't make any sense because you were like, I don't know what's going on. Because it kind of just abruptly ended. But it was fun.
Damn,
it was
2014.
fun. 2016 Pokken Tournament for the Wii U comes out. I know Noah loved that game, so that's pretty cool. March 19th, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire in 2003. Another iconic...
phenomenal as well.
Yep, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Just take me back to those colorful Game Boy Advance cartridges. You know,
They were really sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they really made you felt like you had a good game in your hand.
Yeah,
You had
they
the
did.
standard gray, no.
No.
But you look at a pile of them, and you just see that
Those
Ruby
Pokemon
texture out there.
Yeah, you knew.
You see a blue or a
Mhm.
red. Oh, dude.
leaf green. 2006 Oblivion drops on March 20th. Iconic game. Chance recently played through that for the first time, and he very much enjoyed it. Sea of Thieves came out 3 years ago.
Wow, I would have
Wild.
guessed longer.
Yeah, I don't know. And then on the same day in 2020, Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing, which kicked off the pandemic and kicked off some of the coolest gaming moments we've had. So
What a time to be
what
alive.
a time to be alive. That's it for this week in gaming. Now it's character 20 questions. I've been gone for a while, so go ahead and hit me with one.
You want a character.
Hit me with one. Get me back in the groove.
Oh boy.
Get me back in the groove.
Boy. Okay.
Boy, oh boy.
Let me reach my Zen gaming state.
We're going Zen mode. Humdinger.
Hermidinger.
Shamalama Doomalama. Pebble playing Slime Rancher over there.
Okay.
She's vibing. It's my sister.
I have you a character.
You have me a character. Sorry,
Gross.
I had that was the
That
worst.
was guttural.
Did you hear that one in the? Oh, I'm sorry, Kylie. My bad.
That
My
was-
bad.
that
Little
was rough.
ASMR. Dude, I was far from the mic too. Okay, so wow, that was that was my chest. Is this character an exclusive?
Yes.
Okay. Xbox?
No.
PlayStation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Nintendo?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Why'd you even start with the other two?
I don't know, because sometimes you like, I don't know, like you're worried and like you're sitting there and you're like,
You like Mike wouldn't choose a Nintendo character for the fifth time in a row.
and then
would
it's
he?
like, oh, it would be Nintendo, but then you're like, oh, I don't need to ask Nintendo, but then it's like, oh, what if it was a Sega exclusive to the Saturn? You know, so you just gotta be,
What
gotta
if
be
it's-
wary.
What if it's a Sonic character?
Is this character? Would you consider this character is this character playable in any form?
Yes.
Cool. Is this character have their own game?
Yes.
Cool. They're like their own game, like it's them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Like it's not only that, like, but it's their game.
Yeah. Would you consider this character iconic?
To whom?
Never mind. Running that
The
back.
general public?
Running that back.
To us?
Would you? Okay. Is this character on the Smash roster at all?
No.
Why'd you take a second? Can't remember the Smash roster.
Yes and no.
He is on the Smash roster, but not.
That's all you get.
What?
Questionable.
Let me think deep.
I see valid arguments for both.
That they are and they are not.
Yes.
Is this a Pokemon character?
No.
Okay. How many questions am I at?
You're at 8 questions.
Okay, I'm thinking deep right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is this character from a JRPG?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Nintendo. Of course it is.
Is it from a JRPG that I've played?
Yes.
Is this character male?
Yes.
Is it Rex?
Yes.
All right.
All right. Do you understand my
Yeah,
debacle?
because he's like in the background.
Yeah, like if you choose Pyramid Mithra,
Like
and
he's
you hit,
there.
and you hit up taunt,
He's
there.
there. Yeah. Okay.
Same
Fair
thing
enough.
with like Morgana and Joker.
Yeah.
How do
You
you
got Pokemon Trainer in the background.
What do you want to talk about next?
That math homework you got right there.
Yeah, right. You want to do a triple integral?
No, I don't. But I do.
Okay.
How many questions was that? 12? 13?
That was 12 or 13.
Yeah,
I picked an easy one.
Decent. Now it's time for reader mail. You can get your questions read on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or
Or
putting
mailing
it
it in to
Nope. Don't say
12.
it. Don't. Nope. Don't give an address because it might be an address and they might do it. Or going in the Discord, just like Spencer Trevette did. Saw, dudes. Coming at you with another one. Who would you say is the collector in the group? Someone who will go out and collect things in games, i.e. Skyrim's Daedric weapons, or collects TCG's exclusives. I know myself am an avid collector and sometimes have tendencies for hoarding. Any recommendations for how to collect and not hoard? No. Stay great, Spencer Travago. I don't know what's the STD?
Spencer Trevette, dude.
Spencer Trevette, dude. Saw, dude. Yeah, that's Mike.
Me.
It's Mike for sure.
Tim, a little.
Yeah, I mean, I collect board games.
Oh, yeah. You got
I collect board games. I got a problem.
I forgot about the board games.
I got a problem.
Yes, it's kind of bad.
I collect board games. I collect absurd, very specific pop figures.
Mm-hmm. If you see like a small collection of things, you'll get it. Like the Zelda books.
Yeah. I got the Zelda books.
encyclopedias.
I have just a couple of book sets. I got some chess books.
But I mean, I got some try and keep it like small and like just not broad. Like Dragon Ball Funko Pops are really it, and I kind of stopped. The fig pins, like once I fill a shelf, I'm like satisfied.
Yeah.
And I don't like obsessively get more.
Mm-hmm.
The pins are nice because they can be anything, and there's always space for them.
Always space
so
for them.
They're cool, and they're able to have like more stories behind them and stuff like that.
Yep.
So the pins are the coolest. Obviously TCGs.
Yeah. Recently got into Digimon TCG. Well, you haven't, but I have.
I think you're diving in a little more than me. I'm in the Pokemon stuff right now.
Yep. You are deep in the Pokemon.
Yeah. When it comes to not hoarding,
That's like impossible almost.
just
boxes, or
don't
just
leave stuff out. Make it look pretty.
To me, is like as long as it's not messy and affecting your life, do whatever the fuck you want.
Like I try and keep most of my stuff able to fit on my shelf and my smaller shelf. Like if everything could fit there, we're Gucci.
Like if you have a problem with cards, like you're like, oh, I feel like I got too many cards. I mean, box them up, put them somewhere. Try not to put them outside so they don't get bent due to the humidity or wherever you live.
Yeah.
But as long as they're not affecting your life and it's hard to walk through walkways and shit like if it's not literally
like
actually
I'm
hoarding.
not even close to that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like my room's a mess, but then like once I put my stuff away,
it's fine. Yeah. So
it's barely
just
inside.
do whatever the fuck you want and don't trip unless it's actually affecting your life.
When it comes to like games though,
Yeah.
is it still me?
Nah. You've kind of waned off the hard copy.
Well, yes and no.
Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there.
It's mostly like if I can wait till that morning or I'm too tired to play that night, I'll just go pick it up from Walmart in the morning. Yeah. Save myself $10.
Yeah.
Get the hard copy. But I don't feel the need to do that for Xbox games. Mostly just Nintendo.
Yeah,
so.
Nintendo for sure. Fielding Dahmer.
What about in games?
In games?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like collectibles in games.
Oh, it just depends on if I'm enjoying the game or not, how tedious they are. And if you're talking about like items like potions and shit, like I'll just have a stack of those and I'll be like, I have to wait to use these and it'll be the final boss.
I think it's me too. Like thinking about Animal Crossing, I'm like, yeah, give me one of everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it all.
Let me have. Yeah, you got a different vinyl music.
But
that's
that's like the purpose of that game. But like for like God of War and stuff, like I collected everything in that game because I loved it so much. And Spider-Man was the same way. But there's certain games where I'm like, nah, fam, not doing this. It's way too tedious. Fielding Dahmer writes in, hello, chill cucumbers. I love cucumbers. The quote game coming at you. We got 4 quotes from Fielding Dahmer. Again, we very much appreciate you and love this game, Fielding. Kylie is going to give us the answers. Make sure you turn your mic on, Kylie. Don't forget to do that.
Yeah.
Don't hold it.
Number 2.
All right, cool.
Say hello.
Say hello to the people.
Hi.
Wow.
Cool.
Yes.
Cool. So, first quote. It is incredibly fun. It's incredibly tiring. You get a good ass workout. That's Mike talking
that's
about.
me talking about
Ring Fit.
Ring Fit. Yeah.
Unless he hit us with a bait and
It's
switch.
incredibly fun. It's incredibly tiring.
You get a good ass workout. You get a good ass. Well,
you get a good ass workout.
Is it a good? To me, it's a good ass workout.
it could be both.
Or a good ass workout.
That game does give you both.
I don't know.
What could be the switch up here?
I don't think there is one.
What if there is?
There's no way.
Just Dance.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Could it have been me talking about Just Dance?
It's either you about Just Dance or me about Ring Fit.
Yeah, it has to be that. All right, we'll go with that. What is the answer?
Hold on. Which one are you taking?
Well, me. I'll take me. I'll take me.
Okay, well, I'll take me for Ring Fit. It's gonna be one of those two.
Are you sure?
Yeah, oh shit!
Like we could both be wrong.
Are you positive?
Well, I mean, if we're wrong, we're wrong.
Let's revisit. Hold up. She's clearly trying
to.
She's either messing with us or there's a third option. And what's the third option?
What could we have been talking about? Oh, just Jordan trying to call me. What could we have been talking about?
I don't know.
Huh.
I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to sit here for too long.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here for too long.
We'll lock those in.
What do we got?
All right, so it was Tim.
Me?
Talking about Beat Saber.
Oh. Damn.
We didn't even think of Pistol Whip either.
Yeah, Pistol Whip. Damn. Wow, we were both wrong. Wow. Damn,
wow,
Fielding.
We got baited.
Hit us with that bait and switch. That was good.
It's crazy how many incredibly fun, incredibly tiring, and good-ass workout games there are.
Yeah, good ass workouts. 2. It's not what they needed with the game. It's not what they needed with the game, just getting a resurgence, and now this. I'm sure they can fix it real quick, but I think it's kind of hilarious. It's not what they needed with the game, just getting a resurgence, and now this. I'm sure they can fix it real quick, but
I think I know exactly what this is.
Are we talking about Anthem?
No. Let me listen, all right?
Okay.
It's got to be Fallout 76 and the NPCs stealing the loot.
Oh, yes.
Off the dead bodies.
Yes. Okay, that's what it is.
Because I think they were getting a resurgence right around that time.
Yep.
And then that glitch happened.
Yep. Okay, what is it, Kylie? Is that it? That has to be it.
That's it, right?
Who said it?
I said
Mike did.
Okay, yeah, it's Mike on NPC's Fallout 76 stealing loot from dead players.
What a snipe.
Fool me once, shame on you, Fielding.
Yes, sir.
Fool me twice.
3.
Can't get fooled again.
At a bar mitzvah? I don't know about that.
No clue.
I don't fucking know. I have no idea.
At a bar mitzvah?
Both of us, I could see both of us talking about a bar mitzvah. Well, obviously we both had to be talking about a bar mitzvah because someone would have talked about the bar mitzvah and the other person would have responded at a bar mitzvah. I don't know about that. At a bar mitzvah, I don't know about that.
This is
who says I don't know about that more. I think I do.
That's you.
But
that's me trying to say some dumb stuff. It's like, yeah, I guess you could do that at a bar mitzvah and you'd be like,
at a bar mitzvah?
I don't know about that.
But what we were talking about, no clue. We will never be able to guess.
Hold up.
At a bar mitzvah?
What sketchy video game thing could you do?
Do you want a hint?
At a bar mitzvah?
What's the hint?
It's not about video games.
Then I have.
Yeah,
but it's about your personal life.
Yeah.
Or not personal, like it's just not about video games.
Okay.
We'll never
roll
be able
dice.
To guess. We'll never be able to guess. Just hit it. What is it?
Okay, it was Tim that when Mike suggested playing a rapper named Tim at a bar mitzvah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, because you were like, I was probably like, yeah, this podcast sponsored by Tim.
Yeah, because that would have been like the time that Spencer like wrote and asked me about my music and stuff. So
he plays music at a bar mitzvah.
Wow, that's funny. That's funny. 4. Let me clear the air. Yes, I lost poorly. I was a bad sport.
I think I know this one.
It has to be you because I don't say bad sport. I just don't say that.
It's me, and it's got to be some video game 20 question thing where I took the L.
No, we were talking about. Were we talking about Queen Chess Piece?
No. I think it's definitely video game 21.
Donkey Kong being a Mario character? No. Didn't we have a weird argument about a character?
Was it Pikachu? Was it? I don't know.
Remember we had a weird thing where it was like, that's not a this.
Yeah.
But it was
I don't think it's the Monopoly Man thing.
I had Monopoly Man. So
no, because it was way before. I feel like Fielding goes back for these.
He does.
So it's got to be something older.
Yeah. I don't know.
What?
But it's definitely Mike saying it. But I don't know. I don't know. Give us the sauce, Kylie. What do we got?
It's definitely video game 21 questions though.
Yeah.
So do you want the answer?
Yes.
Well,
are you ready?
Is it not even video game 20 questions?
It is.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Give us it. It's Mike saying it.
So it is Mike on his previous comment about losing 20 questions games when the answer was Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
This is back when we did it before it was characters.
Yeah, we did games.
I feel like I need to watch that and figure out why I was angry.
But I remember you being like,
I might still be angry.
Yeah,
that was episode 12.
Yes, Fielding, you really dig deep.
Reaching deep. It's
really
good.
Deep.
You get some good ones.
You love to see it. Wow, thank you, Fielding. I love that game as well. One more question here from Lucas. What games do you believe have done destructible environments the best? Which genre suits this feature, and do you think it can be implemented / improved upon in existing franchises? Minecraft does not account. I think Rainbow Six Siege does a really cool.
Yeah, Rainbow does do a really good job of that.
I don't know how you would improve that because it's pretty top notch. I think Battlefield has destructible environments that are fucking awesome. And I think that's my favorite. I think the shooter genre is the best genre for this. I don't really see.
I'm trying to think of
any other genre. I mean, you have that weird indie game that's all about destroying things in the voxel based. I can't remember what it's called. Knockover or Knockout or something. That's really cool.
I'm trying to think a little
like destructible environments.
But
destructible environments in games.
You know who does it best? Pokemon. You
What?
teach your Pokemon.
You're talking about cutting a tree?
HM01. Cut that shit's gone. Cut it out of here.
Literally a dad. Okay, so God, dude,
Yeah, I'm a dad.
I know you are.
You got info?
No,
Are you Pregante?
am I Perganin it? No, I think it's Battlefield, and I think the way you improve it is just as technology improves, you make it less predetermined. Because in Battlefield, there's like you can blow holes and stuff, but it's kind of like
crumbles the exact same way every
yeah,
time.
not the exact same way, but if you blow it up, it'll always end in the same spot of like these walls will be up and this and you know you had the Levolutions was a whole big thing. It was always the same way. I think as technology improves and we get further and further into next gen, you possibly have it more like these walls would destroy this a random way based off the explosion. I think that's how you improve it.
I don't know. I think you improve it by finding easier ways to implement it into simpler games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't necessarily need it in every game, but it would be cool in some different types of games. You know?
I agree. Finally, before we head out, we're going to talk about the games that we have been playing lately. I have been playing. I talked about Outriders.
Yes.
I played Out of Space, which is a really cool indie game that's multiplayer that I really enjoyed. I was playing it with Pebble, and that was very fun. I'm gonna play it with Chance. And that's gonna be fun. I played Maquette, the PlayStation exclusive right now indie game about a maquette. If you don't know what a maquette is, it's a little model town, and it's a puzzle game where throwing stuff in the model town makes it appear in the real world. Stuff like that, which is really cool. I have also been playing a ton of Tetris Effect because shit has been going down recently.
Wants to get in the zone.
Yeah, shit has been going down in my life recently, and obviously I missed last week, and there's been some stuff going on, and this episode is up late because of a lot of personal reasons, and I won't get into those details, but Tetris Effect has been sobering to me to zone out with a surround sound on and just have the beautiful ambience that is Tetris Effect and the music and just the beautiful game that is Tetris of like, slot this piece goes here and you'll always be able to do it. Like it's
you'd think you'd be better by now though.
Yeah, and fuck off. But it hasn't been fun, but it's been good for me to play Tetris Effect. So, and that's what I've been playing.
Dude, I have not played video games.
Yeah, it's a lull right now.
I've sinned, you know.
Yeah,
forgive
me. This is old Mike, beginning of the podcast, Mike.
Yeah, I've only played Pokemon Go this week.
Yeah,
and like, don't get me wrong, Pokemon Go, honestly, pretty lit. For like 5 years down the road, almost. It will be in the summer, right? Still really good. Still really fun.
Yeah.
The community is way more active than I thought they'd be. Like if I was like, hey, I want to do this raid, I'd have people who are like, yeah, let's do it. You know?
Yeah.
Super cool. But I don't know. I just haven't played anything. I need to play me some Persona Strikers.
Yep.
Really, it's just been YouTube, Twitch kind of week.
Yeah.
And
watching
looking at my Pokemon cards.
I haven't been doing shit, but trying to do stuff.
Didn't work. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some stuff I do want to play. I want to play Maquette. It looks really good. I want to do the Outriders demo too.
Dude, I'm getting so many phone calls.
I have to make a list. That's what I need to do. I need to make a new list.
We gotta end this podcast because my phone is exploding. That's it. That's all the stuff we've been doing.
That is.
We will be back next week at the regular scheduled time. We apologize that this episode is going up late, but we will be back, and we very much appreciate you and love you. Thank you for rocking with us, rolling with us. I'm sorry I missed last week.
No, you're not.
No, you're
not.
No, I'm not.
Don't be.
I'm not.
I got to. It was nice. Don't be sorry.
It was fun to listen to the episode separate from everybody. For me to
first time.
For me to not be a part of the process at all. That was kind of weird, but cool.
I forgot how long it takes to do everything.
Yeah, it takes.
But that thumbnail was nice.
Yeah, that thumbnail was very nice. But thank you very much for watching or listening to this episode of the Synced Up Podcast, and we will see y'all in the next one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.